Welcome back to another day at the shop. Let's get inside and see what we're going to be working on today. So, good old Red, right? She is extremely loud. That may look like a muffler, but it is not a muffler. I will show you what that is. But she's extremely loud, way too loud to be riding out on the trails because there's a few residential areas out where we go riding. And the louder your machine is, the more likely someone's going to call the cops, the more like you're going to have a problem, and you don't want that. So let me show you what's up. Okay, so here is the muffler, which is literally a straight pipe inside of this old muffler. It was a muffler. This was actually on I think it was a 2003 Harley Davidson, something like that. It came out to like here. This thing was long. It was like maybe 3 feet long in total. I chopped it in half, slid it on the pipe that came with that I ordered from Go Power Sports, and then just welded it on here. So yeah, can you see that? It's literally a straight pipe slid into the old pipe. There's actually 3 pipes. There's the pipe that you can see right now in the center, and then there's this one here. That's a pipe as well. And then there's this one here. This thing is retarded loud. It sounds like firecrackers. That video doesn't do much of a justice because the microphone on my camera on my phone is actually not that great. So I promise you, this thing sounds like a 12 gauge. It's extremely loud, way too loud. We're gonna build a muffler today. Okay, so we just got the old muffler off. Not even a muffler, more like a straight pipe, but you know what I mean. The reason why there are 2 nuts on here are because there are no threads back in here. You can see that. So these are actually just spacers, and they're spacers for when I put the actual nut on. I can get it tight enough, you know. Because look how thin this guy is. That's maybe like a 1/4 inch, and obviously you got well more than a 1/4 inch of play in here. So this screw wouldn't have, this nut would not have tightened the muffler down without some kind of spacer in between here. Okay, so we got the full assembly. This is the old muffler. We need this for parts. I'm gonna try and cut around here just enough so I can get this piece off. This is the only thing that's keeping it together, is this weld here, but the whole thing is hollow. So if I can go around here and cut, you know, I should be able to slide this whole entire piece off. Since this pipe stops right about here, I want to use as much of it as I can. This pipe here is going to slide onto the end of this pipe here. I'm going to slide it on, and then I'm going to weld it on. It's right about there, and we are going to drill holes all throughout this, all throughout here, spin it more, throughout here, spin it more, throughout here, a bunch of holes all through here, okay? This pipe here is going to sit inside that cylinder there, and while you're riding, the emissions that are coming out and going through your pipe are going to disperse through the holes, which are going to come in contact with the damper. This is like fiberglass, you stuff up your pipe with it, so it kind of like absorbs the noise. So this is going inside here with a bunch of holes in it. Okay, this is the damper that's going to be inside there, you know, in between here and here, like filling the inside. I'll show you that. And then I got to cut circles for here, like that. And then the circles that I cut need another circle cut inside there for that diameter there. So with that being said, let's go and fire up the generator and start working. Alright, check that out. Yoo-hoo! Alright, so anyway, so you're about to talk about a pipe inside of a pipe. This was the pipe, and yeah, okay. Okay, so we have to cut this whole entire piece off because I cut through a lot deeper in some spots than I should have, which isn't a big deal because we have plenty of play. So we're just going to go ahead and cut it right about here and then weld on the next piece. And that should, give us our length. Okay, before we weld it on, I want to go ahead and drill these holes out first. Notice the pattern between the smaller and the bigger holes. Obviously the ones on each end aren't drilled out yet. I just wanted to show you it real quick. But I drilled all the way through so I know where my holes are on the opposite side. I'm pretty much going to go like in an X, kind of position. So like holes up top, holes in the bottom, holes on this side, holes on that side. And that should give me plenty of breathing room, I guess, for when it comes through to disperse out and damper the sound. Okay, so literally an hour later, we got all of our holes drilled out. I don't have a drill press, so I had to do it by hand. But that looks pretty good. That's going to give it plenty of room to disperse before it exits the end. Should work nice. So we're going to go ahead and take this piece here, weld it on the end of this guy here, and should be good. Let's do that. So this is what we came out with. Not my best work, but then again, this pipe, this piece here, is actually very thin. So even on low temperature with the welder, even on low temperature, I was still like melting through the pipe. So I had to keep going back over top of my welds and trying to fill in holes. So it didn't come out that pretty, but it's, it'll work. So we're gonna keep with it. Okay, so first of all, I apologize for not recording as much as I wanted to with the work that I'm doing. I need to get a tripod, so that's like the next thing on my list because I have nowhere to leave my phone to record what I'm doing. But anyway, these are the discs that we cut out. They're going to sit on the ends, one on this side, the other end on the other side, obviously. We got a step bit to drill out the size that we need, you know what I mean, which is about that size right there, because this pipe is going to go completely through this cylinder. It's going to go through on both sides. This is going to be the end sticking out, obviously, and this will be the end that's going to the motor, obviously. So let's go ahead and do that now, and I'll show you when that's done. Alright, so that's what we got. So we put on a piece on the end that's roughly 3/4 in diameter, as opposed to the original size, which is about 1 inch or so, maybe a little bit less. And the reason why is because it'll build up more compression inside. More compression inside this chamber here, which gives it more to disperse out of these holes, as opposed to if it was 1 inch straight out. A lot of it still would get out, making it a little bit louder. Having a smaller piece on the end is definitely going to make it a lot quieter, due to the fact that it is going to cause more compression inside this chamber. So all that's left is to slide it onto here, weld on this round piece to the tip once that's on the end, and we should be good to go. Alright, so we just went ahead and packed all the damper in there. It's pretty much like fiberglass. I mean, you can see it. It's thinner than hair, and it's like fiberglass. So we went ahead and packed a bunch of that in there. Now all we got to do is take this plate here, drop it on the top, go around with the weld, and then hit it again with the grinding wheel, and then she'll be ready to go on. So yeah. Alright, so this is what we got. Not bad, not bad. We're going to go ahead and hit it with some high temperature black paint, and then we'll go ahead and toss it on and see how it sounds. That is a pretty decent muffler, if you ask me. It looks really nice, really sleek. You can barely even tell it's there. If you're looking at it from the side or whatever, on an angle, you can't even really see it. That flat black paint on there, definitely looks nice. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and fire it up, see how she sounds. that'll wrap it up for this video here. The muffler works great. You heard it. It's a bit quieter. It's not a lot quieter, but it definitely does make a difference. So out riding, you know, it'll be pretty cool to not have to worry so much about the noise. So that worked out great. A couple other projects coming up besides the fire and ice build. I got to show you. So here they are, fire and ice, still here, still waiting. Steering wheel has not come in yet, but they're not going to be done for about a month or so. And then we got the Mini here. The Mini had an issue the other day. Sorry about the wind. I was out riding. You saw that video when I was out with the family riding. I went through like a puddle of mud, and the intake filter was on, but this whole entire area just got caked up with mud, the whole entire thing. And the only thing you could see was this hole here, which means that it was probably sucking in mud through there. It shut off, which, you know, kind of told me what the issue was, how I knew it was that. So it shut off. I kept pulling it, kept pulling it, kept pulling it, and eventually I got it to turn over. Whatever was in the way of the valve springs, I guess, cleared, but it still needs to be taken open and taken a look at so nothing gets worse. But that will about do it. I'm going to go head home now. Maybe I'll be here. I think I'm going to be here on Monday. And today is Friday, so there's not going to be any videos posted Saturday and Sunday. It's just going to be on Monday night. So I will talk to you guys then. All right, have a good day. See ya.